Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. We're doing it again. We're here. We're back against all odds, against everyone saying you can't do it, against a couple people saying, "Hey, maybe you should just stop if you're feeling that way." Against, my dad once again giving me podcast tips. We're doing it. We're back. Welcome back. We're here. I hope everyone's been having a good week. I hope, I hope you made a new friend this week, actually. That's what my parents used to say to me when I go to school. Make a new friend today. And then I'd be like, "Hey guys." And then people would just be like, for real, someone thought I was gay in junior high. And I was like, "All right. I tried making a new friend. Guess what? Got called the F slur at work today, at school today, Dad. I tried making a new friend, and guess what? Got called the F slur. So guess what? I'm gonna go start a podcast. All right? Cool. Explains why I do this. Got called the F slur one time in junior high, and now I broadcast my thoughts and opinions to the world. So that's where we are. That's where we are, man. But where I was going with that was, first of all, welcome back. I hope you're having a good week. I hope you made a new friend. Because the reason why I'm saying this is, every day I go to my car in the morning and I hop in my silly little car and I drive to my silly little job and I do my silly little tasks, right? I sit in silly little traffic and I think about cutting off these silly little motorcycle drivers and I think about all sorts of things on my drive, right? Do you know what I'm saying? And someone right now probably was like, "No, I don't know what you're saying. You just talked about on your commute to work, you want to cut off a motorcycle driver and kill him." Well, I mean, I called him silly at least, you know what I mean? No, when I leave for work, I drive by this hangout spot. Now, my girlfriend, my girlfriend refers to them as the unhoused. Personally, I refer to them as the bros. They hang out down the street from us. They honestly have a pretty good man cave going on. They have a bunch of tarps up. They're sheltered from the rain. Honestly, today it was raining really hard. Today, out of all days, I would have loved to have gone and hung out with the bros. Usually when I'm driving by, especially on a sunny day, they'll have the grill going. I'm not kidding about this also. I'm not joking about this, for real. I'll drive by some days and they'll have the grill going. They'll have like spices and stuff that they're adding to their burgers. They'll have like a huge ass grill with a propane tank. They even have like couches and chairs. And every day when I drive by, if I'm with my girlfriend and I drive by, she's like, "I just want to fucking burn them sometimes." And in my head, I'm like, or out loud, I'm like, "Same." And then in my head, I'm like, "But sometimes I want to just go be like, 'Yo, man, can I get a burger?' And hang out with them and talk to them and see what they're up to." Sometimes I want to just go pod with them. Days like today, I walked by today. It was a little quiet. I was like, "Oh, the bros are probably inside playing Xbox or something." I've seen them with a TV before, and I'm like, maybe I should add them on Xbox. So, I don't know. I found one of them gave me this hat the other day, so that's why I'm wearing this bird hat. He said it reminds him of his past life when he was a shaman. He said he's still a shaman, but he said in his past life he used to fly eagles and he used to catch eagles. So he gave me this hat. That's why I'm wearing it. I had to wash it first, of course, but yeah, it was a cool hat, so I took it, and now it's my buddy. You always need a homeless dude in your life to kind of protect things and hold it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always need to befriend a homeless dude so that you can just be like, if shit goes south, like, at least you have like the squad on your team, Like, I saw this video one time of this homeless dude who someone paid this homeless dude to watch his car. And he comes back. All the cars in the lot are broken into except his. And the homeless dude was like, "Dude, I got you. I told them not to break into your car." I was like, "All right, dude." So you need someone like that. Honestly, for real, what you need someone with a mental illness on your team. You need someone with a mental illness on your team. And here's why. It creates more honesty within your group, Like, if people are if you're, I sigh, I'm just like, all right, what point am I going to make now? If you're like about to meet someone, and you're like, this is my buddy Steve. He's schizophrenic, It creates like more trust within the group, right? Because then if someone says that to me, like, "Hey, what's up, man? I'm schizophrenic," I'm more willing to look at them and be like, "I have a podcast and I'm depressed. So guess what, man? We're in this together. We're in this fight together, brother. Let's bow our heads and pray. Bow our heads and let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, I do pray for Steven this time with schizophrenia, and I hope he stops letting the voices get to him. I hope he stops listening to the voices, and I hope he stops dismembering all those bodies and putting them under his house. And I hope that he doesn't cave into the voices. I watched a schizophrenic simulator the other day, and it was actually really fucking scary. So the older I get, the more I'm like, do I have schizophrenia? Or do I just talk to myself? Do I have schizophrenia, or do I just talk to myself out loud and answer my own questions? I think that's it. Because sometimes when, when I'm talking out loud, I'm like, are these the voices that people talk about? Or is that just the echo in the room from me screaming Lana Del Rey? Who knows? Because I sure don't. I feel like you would know if schizophrenia hit you. Maybe this is a sign of schizophrenia, is sitting in a room alone and talking. I mean, that's definitely a sign, right? Sitting in a room alone and talking. Probably broadcasting it too. There's a guy I saw on TikTok who had schizophrenia or has schizophrenia, and he documents it. It's really interesting. It's terrifying. I hope I never get schizophrenia. But now I'm getting to the age where it's like, all right, illnesses are coming. Illnesses approaching. In 3, 2, 1. Brace for impact. Depression. Illnesses are coming. Maybe that's the title of this episode. Like it's the apocalypse. Batten down the hatches. The hatches. Illnesses are coming. 25 is the cutoff, I guess. But what do I know? I'm not a fucking scientist. 25 is the cutoff of if you get this disease or not. That's also probably not true. You could get it whenever, I guess, is my point. But I just would love, sometimes I think about, like with drugs in your life, how you're like, wow, I wonder what it's like to be on meth. Like, I wonder what it's like to try meth. Again, family, if you're concerned, would never try meth. Do not fret. Never going to try meth ever. Or heroin. Don't have an inkling to do it. But sometimes I get curious. I'm like, I wonder what it'd be like just to be on it. Not going to do it. Again, do not be concerned, family. I don't even know where I'd get meth. Honestly, the homies down the street. That's another reason why you would need to be friends with one. If you ever need meth for a drug planting operation, maybe you need to frame someone in your life, you'd go get meth from them. Hey, man, I'll give you $20. Give me some meth. I need to frame someone. They'd be like, you want a burger with that? I'd be like, sign me up. Put the meth in the burger as well so I can taste it. I don't know, dude. I'm just curious sometimes about like drugs like that. Never again. I'm going to stop saying it. You get it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just curious about drugs like that. What does meth feel like? What are the after effects like? Probably really bad. If I get anxious being hungover, probably get anxious being on meth, right? Or what about like heroin? I wonder what that feels like. Because by all accounts, it feels amazing, right? Everyone says it feels amazing, especially the people that have died from it. So there's that. And it's part of an artist's journey. Maybe that's just maybe that's what the Illuminati does when artists get big enough. They just are like, you know what? Take this heroin. And they force feed you heroin. They force feed you black tar heroin. But I don't know. Would I do heroin? No. I don't even. One time when I was younger, I got asked if I knew Lucy, and me and my friends were like, "What are you talking about, crazy man? Get out of here." The older I got, the more I realized, wow, I got offered acid. It's kind of some narc behavior. Hey guys, do you know Lucy? And I'm like, yes, give me acid. And they're like, you're under arrest immediately. I mean, that would suck. Hottest take ever from the Firing on Tuesdays podcast. Getting arrested would fucking suck. Wow, thank you. Anyways, let's tackle this homeless issue. I don't know. Every time I drive by, I just wish that I could just be friends with one of them and just say what's up to the dogs, I could just walk by every day and be like, hey, guys, how's it going? Hey, how's your shoulder doing? How's the wife? How's the dog? Hey, buddy, how's it going? Say what's up to the whole fam. They're like your friendly neighbors. It's like in Home Improvement when there's the neighbor who you don't see his face, right? That would be like the homeless dudes, except you see everything because they're always naked, right? God, I want a burger from them so bad. Maybe I'll go ask him tomorrow. Oh, it's raining still. Well, hopefully they're taking shelter. Or not. Honestly, I do not give a fuck what happens to them. So, what a friend am I? What kind of friend am I? Just praying for the downfall of my ops. Wow, I've never said ops out loud before. Only in rap songs. Anyways, what's on the agenda for today? Oh, yeah. I had a weird dream last week. And I've been saying well, let me just talk about it. So, I had a dream that I was with my girlfriend in the City of Angels. And we were at some concert or something. I don't know what we were doing. We were at some place. And then I went to get on the freeway and I went the wrong way. Not like on the off ramp, but I was just like, we were supposed to go south and I started going north. And then I had to piss really badly. And so I got off the freeway and the closest thing that I could find where I could pee was an elementary school. Now, already going down a strange path. So we pull off. I go to the elementary school and, I'm walking through the elementary school and I'm like, surely this is closed. There's no one here. And then I start seeing kids and I'm like, all right, this is going to be strange. I need to leave. So I start walking off campus and there's a bathroom towards the exit. And so I go into the bathroom and I start peeing, right? Now, another grown man walks in and he starts peeing on my fucking leg. Now, in my dream, I was like, hey man, stop peeing on me. And I kind of scurried away a little bit, dick still out. I scurried to another urinal and I'm peeing in that one, right? And it's silent. We're both just pissing, right? And at one point, I don't know what came over me. At one point, I started laughing in my dream. I started laughing and I looked at the guy and I go, piss war. And I started peeing on him and he started peeing on me. And then I ran out of the bathroom, dick out at an elementary school. Oh my fucking God. I immediately pulled my pants up, got in the car, and we drove all the way home. I woke up in the morning and I was like, piss war? What the fuck, dude? Piss war at an elementary school. I'll tell you one thing. They don't want a piss war. Dude, all of the next day, all I could keep saying was just piss war. My girlfriend was getting so mad. In my head, all day, I was just like, piss war. I mean, dude, the jokes write themselves. That is a phenomenal phrase. 10 out of 10 phrase that my dream self came up with. Piss war, dude. The opposite of pissing contest. An actual piss war. Where you just piss on someone. Try that. Next time you're downtown and you see a homeless dude, just yell out, piss war, and start peeing on them. It's like the Kia Boys trend when they would steal Kias, Just piss on a homeless dude and go, piss war. He can piss back at you. It's okay. That's the beauty of a piss war. It's two ways, right? You could pee on anyone. It's like a pillow fight. You toss them a pill and you're like, pillow fight. It just has to be a guy. You're like, piss war, and then you both pull down your pants. Or it's like a shootout in a Western, where you like stand there like at the ready for your hand to draw, and then you're like, and pull your hand, except you're pulling your dick out and pissing on someone. All right, so crass. But, I mean, that's what I dreamt about, dude. I dreamt about going to an elementary school, yelling piss war, and peeing on another grown man. Awesome. Woke up the next morning going, oh, what did I dream about last night? And then I remembered and went, all right, time to forget about that and move on with my day. Time to forget about that and go make meal prep. Pasta and meatballs. Yum. Wow. What a weird fucking dream that was. And then I'm trying to like read into it and I'm like, what does that mean? Does that mean that secretly my kink is getting pissed on? Ew. If someone did that to me in the bedroom, would immediately shove them off of me, regardless of gender. A girl starts pissing on me, boom. You're getting shoved off the bed. Don't piss on me. I wonder what that feels like to get pissed on. Just on the leg, like in the bathroom, like how I did, dude. Just getting pissed on the leg. I mean, you basically do get pissed on when you go into a urinal. When you go into a bathroom at anything, when there's a urinal, you're basically getting pissed on. Like every time I'm in shorts and I'm in a bathroom and I'm peeing, I can feel the piss getting on my leg. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. The backboard is just pissing back at you. Maybe that's the piss war. Maybe my subconscious was trying to tell me that we need to get rid of urinals. Maybe that's how I invent the next toilet. Is I started a piss war in my mind and I figured out something. I mean, what really happened, I'm assuming, is that I had to pee really badly. Because when I woke up, I had to pee really badly. And I had a piss war with my toilet, I guess. It sounded like grenades dropping. I was just like, it was a fucking heavy flow. Yeah, we already talked about a lot this episode. We talked about heroin. We talked about having a piss war. What else did we talk about? We talked about getting called the F slur in 7th grade. Never forgot it. Got called gay. All good. I'm not gay. Has to justify. Someone who is gay. I'm not gay. Don't call me that. What else happened this week? What else can I talk about? Here, we can talk about this. Recently, well, okay, last week I got a text from someone saying that they enjoyed. Well, first text said, "Hey man, if you want a break," I think I already said this episode. I don't know. I can't tell. I had to start over again. If you want a break, you can take a break. You deserve the break. You deserve a break. And that was them telling me this sucks. So I might take a break soon. I don't know. Who knows? And he was like, "No, I'm not saying that." And I was like, "Well, I know it did. I know last episode was mediocre. And I appreciate you wanting more out of this podcast." And he's like, "I literally didn't say that." No, but what they did say was also that they enjoyed the current events part of it. So I'm going to talk about a couple current events that are going on. One of them is kind of interesting. Not kind of interesting. It is very interesting. And it makes me laugh because let's just dive into it. So Ukraine is mad at Subway. Yes, you heard that correctly. Jared from Subway. Ukraine is specifically mad at him. Ukraine's pissed at him, dude. Because he's touching all those kids. And he lost a bunch of weight. And Ukraine is not about that. Ukraine is all about packing on the LBs. Ukraine is so about that, dude. I knew this kid when I was younger his family was Ukrainian. His dad was a ogre. He was a big dude. You know what I mean? Which is fine. But Ukrainians love packing on the LBs, dude. And every time his grandma would make these like little, I don't know what they're called. These little meat pocket things. So gross to call them that. Sounds like a sex toy. She would make these little meat pocket things. And they were bomb as shit, dude. Wow, they fucking ripped. So I could see it. I could see being Ukrainian. Besides the whole war thing, it could be kind of tight. Anyways, what happened in Ukraine and Subway? So Ukraine's mad at Subway because apparently Subway refused to shut down its locations in Russia. So Ukraine added it to their some list where it's basically their canceled list. It's basically an imaginary list that Ukrainian made up that was like, we don't like you. They said, I don't like you. Because Ukraine got all hot and bothered, which is honestly a sandwich that Subway should probably add. The hot and bothered sub. It's like ham, melted provolone, lettuce, tomato, avocado, and the blood of your enemies, right? It's like the Kiev cold cuts, The Kiev cold cuts, right? It's like salami, fucking prosciutto, fucking capicola, and some fucking mortadella, some fucking provolone, and then the blood of your enemies. Kiev cold cut, $5 foot long, coming soon to a Russia Subway near you. No, but Kiev got really mad. Well, Ukraine got really mad. And they were saying that they didn't shut down Subway, they didn't pull out in Russia, which to Subway's defense, they're franchised. So the people in Russia, obviously they're not going to stop serving some Sammys, you know what I mean? I mean, how could you not? I would love that. I would love nothing more than to go evade a small country and just throw down a fucking Black Forest ham sam, dude. A Black Forest ham Sammy, nothing beats that after a long day of invading a country, right? And also what was on their list was Pepsi. Pepsi was also on their list. Nothing beats that, dude. Nothing beats just invading a country, throwing back a nice Black Forest ham Sammy, and washing it down with a good Pepsi Cola. And also Bacardi. And taking a shot of Bacardi. Nothing beats that, man. Going into a country, decimating their people, and washing it back with a good old Italian sub. Imagine that, dude. You just invade a country. A country has just invaded you. They've slaughtered all of your people, and then they take a lunch break, and then some dude is like, "All right, who got the Black Forest ham?" Wow, that's not funny. But also, I wonder. But also, what the way Ukraine described it is like, we're adding them to the list because Subway is killing our country. And the way I imagined it was like all these Russians are eating Subway and they're just losing weight and getting in fucking tip-top shape, and then they're just literally killing their country. And I was like, oh, fuck. Maybe that's what we need to talk about. Maybe Subway, you need to get less healthy. You know what I mean? Maybe you should get less healthy and fatten up the Russians. So that way Ukraine actually has a fucking chance. Thanks, Jared, for making such delicious and tasty subs. Delicious and healthy subs. Thank you, Jared. Also, thank you, Pepsi Cola. It's such an old person to call it that. Do you have any Pepsi Cola available? How about the people that only prefer one drink, right? Like either Pepsi or Coke, and they will not have the other one. It's like, do you have Coke? No, we don't have Pepsi. Ah, fuck, I'm not going to have it. It's like, all right. I would just be like, yes, and then just bring them that. You know what I mean? It's an extra couple bucks that you're making, right? But that's just me. Anyways, back to the subject at hand. Ukraine getting mad at Subway. I don't know. I guess I get it, right? Because on one hand, you know, you have a company, an American company, that is financially supporting the war, I guess, you know? Because realistically, they could pull their restaurants, which I love Subway calls them restaurants, you know? Because they're not fucking restaurants, dude. You ever been to a Subway? There's like a dead homeless dude. There's always like a homeless dude in the corner charging his phone. He has a phone for some reason, you know? There's always like fat ladies behind the counter. No offense if you work at Subway, right? I don't think any Subway workers watch this. But there's always like, you know, some overweight women behind the counter, and they always have dank ass fucking cookies, right? The chicken that they have is always in the fucking bag. It's always disgusting. And they have that shitty artwork on the wall of like tomatoes and lettuce. I don't know. They might have changed it. It's been a while since I've been in a Subway, but last time I went to a Subway was off of the interstate going to Vegas. It was at some fucking random hole in the wall. And no, I think it was going to Utah. And it was in the middle of nowhere, connected to a gas station. It's always connected to a gas station. That's why there's so many Subways around America. And apparently in Russia, there's like over 550 locations. Good for Subway. I mean, they know their demo, dude. Soldiers. They're going to be hungry. After a long day of war. Playing war. After a long day of war. What better than literally a rum and Coke, just a knockoff, Bacardi and Pepsi, and a fucking Black Forest ham melted provolone with lettuce, tomato, and onions, dude. I mean, who's going to top that? I don't see Jimmy John's going into Russia. You can't top that, dude. Now, look, I get it. You know, they don't want Subway supporting the cause. I get it, dude. They don't want Jared touching kids in their country. I get it, man. I fucking get it, dude. And honestly, I don't know whose side I'm on for this. But I also wonder if there's some secret motive behind this, you know? I wonder what the truth is. I wonder what the validity is of how many Subways are actually in Russia. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if maybe it was the fact that maybe Zelensky just had a sandwich one day from Subway and was like, this, and got food poisoning and was just shitting his brains out the next day and was like, death to Subway, you know, death to Jared. It's like in those FBI rooms when they have like the big whiteboard or the big cork board, and they have all the the pictures of the people, and there's always the head guy at the top, and there's always the red string connected, right? Zelensky has that in his office, and Jared's at the top. It's like Jared right next to Putin, and they're like, we must put an end to both of them. They must be stopped. I bet I could make I bet I could make an AI picture of Putin shaking fucking Jared from Subway's hand while they're both housing $5 footlongs. I mean, that would be awesome. That's propaganda if I've ever seen one. Or not propaganda, sorry. Wrong word, because I'm a dummy. Clearly I'm a dummy. I just talked about how fucking Subway's in Russia. But, yeah, I don't know. Thought it was interesting Ukraine added Subway to their death list. Whatever it's called. What do I know? All I am is just a little piss war boy. Little F-slur piss war boy. But what do I know? All right. I'm going to end it on that. I love y'all. I hope you have a good rest of your week. I hope you, yeah. I'll see you next week. And, yeah. All right. See you next Tuesday. Love you. Bye.